this is Infinity, and here's another tutorial on a Halloween costume that I made, or a cosplay costume for Red Sonja. So this is the Red Sonja costume that is from the 1985 or 1984 movie. This is not from the recent movie, it's from the original movie with Brigitte Nielson and Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I originally made this costume back when the movie came out, but I resurrected it with some alterations and some additions, and I wore it again. So there's not much to it. I'll show you the basic garments. And the key ingredient here is buying and using upholstery vinyl. So this is the skirt that I made, which is made out of gold upholstery vinyl. And you don't need a pattern to make this. I just cut a width of vinyl, not even 2 inches across, and then I cut more vinyl into strips. This goes on with Velcro. I cut more vinyl into strips, and then I sewed the strips of vinyl overlapping each other, and it created a skirt. And that's pretty much it. It closes with Velcro, and that's pretty much it. And then the upper garment, this is made out of brown upholstery vinyl. So for this, I took a dress pattern that the upper part of the dress was a bodice type with a skirt that flares out, and I just used the upper portion of the pattern, and it's essentially a corset. It's like an upper body corset. I didn't have an eyelet gun or to make the rivets or the eyelets, so I just made normal buttonholes. Okay, and then this appears to be a shoelace. Okay, and then I put straps here, because she did have shoulder straps, like halter straps in the movie, and that works out great if you want to wear a bra underneath. You can get the kind of bra that has those kinds of straps if you want to wear a bra underneath your bodice. Okay, so now around the waist, this is a store-bought belt, and this belt was a good find. It came from a thrift shop. Something that looks like that came out maybe in the 1980s. And I bought a little fake knife from a costume shop, and this knife gets tied around, it dangles from your waist, and then you tie it around your thigh. Okay, and then also dangling from the waist, I made this little sword sheath, and that also dangled from the other side of the belt. And this way, this is just a plastic sword from a costume shop. That way you can dangle the sword from your waist if you don't want to make a full sheath. And this is just more of the same gold upholstery vinyl that I used for the skirt. You just make it into a tube, and there's some string. For my purse, I always make a matching purse with each one of my Halloween costumes. And I did what I usually did. If this looks familiar, this is a Crown Royal bag, and I just take matching material and I cover up the Crown Royal bag, and I have a matching purse. This is a gold lame. I think I actually made this purse for my Cleopatra costume, but it matched well with this. And let's show you the wrist guards, or the gauntlets. So again, this is more brown upholstery vinyl. Okay, so there's the basic pattern. Okay, there's a point on the top, a point on the bottom, and it attaches on with Velcro. Okay, and then over here, this is glitter. This is sequins that are glued on. And then I started using upholstery nails, and that didn't work out, so I switched over. These will get used a lot. These are paper fasteners, but they are very good. They look like rivets. You don't see the other side. They look like rivets, and they're very, very easy to use. And then for the headband, so I like to make my headbands or tiaras or anything like that on one of those plastic headbands that you buy that are supposed to be worn like this, except I wear it in this direction. And that way it stays on your head. And if you're wearing a wig, which I did wear a wig for the costume, it doesn't go anywhere. And this is made out of belts, and the belts just happen to have little rivet holes in them. So I filled some of them in with more of these paper fasteners, And then I added some gold upholstery vinyl here. It wasn't staying on very well with the glue, so I wrapped some gold cord around the side just to give it extra security. And it worked out pretty well. Okay, so, okay, and then for my legs, I wore a pair of brown shoes, and I didn't have any furry boots, but I did have these furry boot covers, which worked out very well, and they crisscross. Well, you saw it in the photograph, they crisscross around, and that worked out very well for the costume. And I think that's everything. I carried a shield with me, which I don't recall if she used a shield in the movie or not. Probably not. I think that's everything. If you have a question, you can contact me through this video.